Hey, good morning, guys. This is Dr. Simon Whittaker, your relationship and sexual integrity coach. And today we're talking about, of course, sexual integrity. And it's a continuation of stupid things that men do. This would actually be part 4, I believe we're on. And it comes from the book, I Once Had a Date Named Lust, Breaking Free from Sex and Love Addiction. And the book is on Amazon.com in paperback and ebook form, and stupid things that men and some women do. And number 4 is confusing fantasy and reality. Now, during a relationship, of course, there are times that it's not uncommon, especially in the beginning, for somebody to think, wow, when I was with so-and-so, I didn't have to deal with this. So one of the ones might be, for example, a young woman might say that, man, when I was dating the last guy, he wasn't cheap like you. And that may not come out directly, but indirectly that may come out. And so it's understandable, and it's normal, actually, for those thoughts to happen initially, because you compare, and it's natural to compare. So one of the things that you might compare is, like money that somebody would spend on a date. So in the beginning, if I'm really, really cheap, then what happens is, the woman I'm dating, when I was single, she might say, wow, when I was with, Bob, I didn't have to worry about that. But, you're really cheap. So this is reality. Let's see, Bob. We'll put $2 signs for Bob. We'll put one for, Sam. And there might be other things as well. Maybe, Bob was more handsome. And maybe Sam is just okay looking. And maybe Bob had more education. And maybe Sam just has some education. There might be a long list of things. The issue here is that it's understandable in the beginning of a relationship, just like when you get a car. When you get a car, it's natural to compare the new car with the old car. The issue is that this is where people live. So if you're not living in reality, then what happens is the consequences will eventually show themselves. So if you're not living in reality, which means accepting this, then what happens is either you make yourself or the other person or both of you miserable in the meantime, right? Because then there are subtle or not so subtle attempts to change this person. But we can't live over here. So it's okay to have thoughts about Bob or Sam initially. That's natural. That's going to happen. And then the idea is to just accept the fact that that's where I was. This is where I am. But also, remember in the beginning, one of the things we talked about, probably a month ago, was knowing what you want in a relationship. Knowing what you want in a relationship. What's really important to you. And that may not be what other people think is important. So, and the same thing is true of a guy. So if we had, if we had, Jennifer. And, that's an easy change, Samantha. So if there's Jennifer and Samantha, and let's say, Bob, well, we already have a Bob. Let's say that Marcus had dated Jennifer, or maybe he's married to Samantha now, but he works with Jennifer, and they've been spending long hours at work, etc., etc. And now he begins to think that maybe Jennifer is more attractive, and maybe thinks Jennifer has more education. And it's really important to remember what was important in the first place, but also your own integrity. right? Because it's important I believe it's important to be able to live with the decisions that you make and also to be cognizant of those. So if he's made a commitment to be with Samantha to maintain his own integrity, then it behooves him to be honest about that. So, and then to realize that this and this are different, right? Fantasy is not reality. So being able to live in reality and think up front about what's really important to you, maintaining your sense of integrity is really important. It allows you to live at peace with yourself. It allows you to have integrity in your relationships. And all relationships have challenges, but it allows you to get through those where there's an undergirding of friendship and honesty. So it's important to build this because this is in reality. And, this is not. So that's what we're talking about today. Some of the stupid things that men and women do in relationships is confusing fantasy with reality. Remember, reality comes from this word, real. And many years ago, there was a show that used to come on called Fantasy Island. And when people left the island, things went back to normal. So that's an illusion. Hey, this is Dr. Simon Whittaker. And today, we're talking about stupid things that men and some women do in relationships, confusing fantasy with reality. And of course, you can get the book on Amazon.com or check out more information on the website, sponsorforhire.com. This is Dr. Simon Whittaker, and I'll see you here next time.